10th of January, 2186. Recently had dropped in another SOS beacon on Heath against the bugs. This is a rupture strain again on that planet. We were sent to raise the flags and spread our democracy across the planet to let our enemies know who they are dealing with. I had my concussive liberator again with my peacemaker and incendiary grenades. Seems to be a pretty solid staple, and to be honest, that concussive liberator against the bugs is quite strong, just stunning them and preventing them from getting close to us. I brought the recoilless rifle again with the orbital laser and the machine gun and rocket sentries. That recoilless rifle has been really solid, and I've been enjoying using it. It's an interesting learning to it. Something I'm trying to get better at with a lot of our weapons is the different settings that they have of like the HEAT versus, different proximity explosions, burst firing when it comes to certain weapons and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it's not something I'm proficient with, but I'm gonna keep trying, keep learning, and just see, what works where and against what enemies of ours a lot better. I had also tried a different armor set for myself this time. I had wore the CE-27 Groundbreaker medium armor and helmet. I don't usually do medium armor sets recently. I've found the mobility of light armor to be more of my personal taste, but I am trying to spread myself out with this and be more flexible. Medium armor, for mid-range type of stuff. Try out heavy armors one of these days. Be able to tank a lot more of the hits and be more of a frontline offense and defensive force for my allies when we're out in the field. My cape was the emblem of freedom. And I'm not gonna lie, my fellow Helldivers, I don't remember where I got this cape from, but it fit the set and colors and everything so well that I just thought, hey, why not? But you know what? Sometimes you still gotta look a little bit good while out in the field going against our enemies. I was late on this mission. A lot of the area around the planet that we were covering had already been taken care of. One area already had the flag raised for democracy. I think some of the side objectives were done. I'll be completely honest, I don't fully remember some of them. But when I dropped in, I called down my recoilless and got to work. The area around the flag just needed to be cleared up, and there were some chargers that were in the area that needed a rocket to their face, so I made sure to oblige and help out with that. Some of the rupture spewers were just chucking bile at us, left, right, and center. They were burrowing through the ground, pulling up, and just shooting just those bile balls and shit at us. One diver ran right up to me, and then I don't know if they didn't see it. I don't know. I hope their mission wasn't to be done with their diving and go to the Wall of Martyrs, but they fell. They died right there in front of my eyes. They got biled and just evaporated into acid and liquid. I won't lie, it's not really something I've seen yet. I don't know, maybe the adrenaline wasn't pumping as hard for me at that second, or just the fact that they it just almost looked like they were looking at me asking for help or something. I just don't know. It's a sad fate for a diver, and then going to the Wall of Martyrs like that, but we will continue to push forward and spread our democracy for them and for all fallen divers that have been out on the planets in the field. You divers are not forgotten. There's a lot of divers I've spoken to that they remember. They definitely remember. We finally got the flag raised, and then most of the team went to the extraction zone, but I had noticed that there was a CF artillery site that was not yet operational. When I got there, it looks like whoever was there previously had loaded almost all the shells except for one. So I loaded one more shell up into it, got the targeting system locked in and ready to go, and got it all done before any of the bugs could show up. From there, I headed right to the extraction point to get the hell off the planet. It's freezing. Right before I got to the extraction, I noticed a diver on my radar that was east behind me, heading west toward the extraction. They were working their way toward that Pelican too. I turned back, and when I noticed that they marked an enemy patrol or a heavy target or something nearby, and well, damn it, I didn't want to leave a diver behind. I didn't want to leave a diver on this frozen planet. So as they got closer, there was like a little pond or small lake in front of us, splitting up their path. So I followed where they went, and I covered their six just to make sure there was no bugs following behind them. And if there would have been, I wanted to give them a taste of managed democracy and make sure that that diver got there safe. Thankfully, we were able to meet up, and we both got to these action points safely before that Pelican arrived. It was nice to support. I know I wasn't there for that whole mission. There was a lot that I missed in that time. And thankfully, we got off the planet safe. Another diver came in from the one that got biled down in front of my eyes and helped us out to get the hell out of there. But support is support. Support is helping out your fellow divers, and I want to be there for you, my fellow Helldivers. I want to be there on these planets, fighting side by side through the thick and the thin of it all, against our enemies of democracy and liberty. I'm going to continue to do so. I'm going to continue to strive and try my best when I get on these planets. Just remember, a lot of us are just trying to support and help everybody out. Just be there for each other. Have your fellow divers' backs. And let's do this for Super Earth and managed democracy.